Training is just coming in names. Okay. What's the other training that was given? Yeah, marking rates. Oh, 30%. Questions. So seems as if the latest progress that I had from the last drawing was not saved. So I'll just begin from where this one left off. So we're currently working on putting in all the windows and all the doors. So we said that there should be a line on either end of both your windows and your doors to represent a break in the wall, an opening in the wall. So we said for the door was 1,000 millimeters. So we said the door at the front here was 3 feet or 900. Go again. Not hearing you. Which one? Windows. I'm finishing up the windows first. Yes, because my join wasn't saved. So I have to start back from. So as a rule of thumb, try to ensure that your windows are centered in the span of the wall in each room as best as possible, so that the natural lighting is evenly distributed. By the way, did everybody see the notification in the group about the assessment date? Yes, sir. No, strictly theory. So the windows in the bedrooms are 4 feet, 1,200. Yes, remind me of your name. Um, Sir, just walking in, remind me of your name. Yeah, for the register. Francis. Yes, name. Samuel. Samuel? Yeah, right. All right, so Francis, all right. So for this window, we said we can just simply mirror it since it is in the same location in the next room. So yeah, this one is economy. What's the dimensions of these? This Change it by change it. Name? Craig? Ryan. Yes, Shani. So for the future, once you come into class, after class begins, just make sure you stop and get a name mark. All right. Christian, you have all your windows in place already? Okay. Okay, so, okay. All right, let me see more to this now again. All right, so we're gonna put in doors now. By the way, a trainee pointed out last class was an oversight that the doors based on safety standards, the front door and the back door are supposed to be swinging outwards. So even though on the drawing we have it swinging inwards, we're gonna make ours to swing outwards. So for door, same procedure. We type the word door, or we can find the door icon here in the upper command ribbon. So if we're gonna type it, you type the word door, then press add in your command line. Which is set to 1000. Then we right click. Then we click, left click or regular click. Move our cursor to the right. Click again, press escape. Then we highlight our door. We want to change the swing of the door. So we press this arrow in the center of the door. And then we press the arrow at the side of the door. Now we're going to select the move command, holding the door from the center of the door jamb, right here. And we place it at the center of the wall. Let's do the same thing for the back door. So we right click, left click, move your mouse or your cursor to the right, then left click again, press escape. Highlight our door. Select the move command, and we're going to hold the door from the center of the door jamb. And we paste at the center of the wall. So 2 doors down, 3 to go. 1 for each bedroom and 1 for the bathroom. So I believe we had said the doors for the bedrooms was what? 850? It was at 850? Anybody took the photo? The size for the doors. 950. Okay. So we're gonna step off 150 from the wall. So we draw a line in the corner there. And we're gonna move it 150. Then we're gonna offset it 950. And then we're gonna trim out these 2 lines. This is an inside door, therefore we trim out both lines. The TR enter twice. And we trim out these 2 lines. Change the width to 950. Click again, press escape. Now we want the swing to go from left to right, so we press this arrow. And then we simply move our door in place. All right, so instead of repeating the whole process for the other bedroom, we're simply gonna mirror this door. So we highlight the door. Okay. And if you highlight something, trainees, that you do not want to highlight, you hold on shift and click on that item. You see a minus sign come up above the cursor that will allow you to deselect an item. So if you're, for example, this can come in handy when you're doing, let's say, for example, a roof plan, and you're highlighting multiple members at once, and you accidentally highlight something that you do not want. Instead of you starting all over, you can hold on shift and deselect. So here we go again. I highlighted this by mistake. So let's hold on shift, deselect. So now mirror command. Find the center or midpoint. Move our cursor either left or right. Click, press enter. The R20 enter twice. Remove those lines. And then the last door now. What did we say the bathroom door was? Was it 750 or 850? Could somebody please look back and tell us? Trainees. 800. Okay. All right, so change it with 800. That one is good. I didn't see what we're talking about. I want to All right, so for those who are just coming in, all right, so let me go back over the doors quickly for those who are still working on the doors. All right, so you're gonna make the space for your front door and for your back door. So for the front door, let me just delete this. All right, so we don't have time to go over this multiple time training, so I'm just gonna go over it once and then we'll move on. So at the front door, we're gonna select line. We're gonna draw a line here in the corner. Draw a line there in the corner. And then this line now, we're gonna highlight it. We're gonna select the move command. Click anywhere. Move your cursor to the left. I'm gonna type in 150. 150. And trainees who already have your doors in place, proceed to label in your rooms. Right? Give each room a name based on the photo in the group. I'm gonna highlight that line, we're gonna offset it. Offset, that the word offset, press enter. Ask you specify offset distance, punch in 1000. Then press enter. We'll move our cursor to the left. We click. I want to trim off this top line. I want to trim the top line. So TR, enter twice. Then we're gonna select door, or type the word door and press add. And here where we have width, we put that to 1000. And we ensure that the section that says measure to is set to outside of frame. Outside of frame. And then we right click for the door to appear. Then we left click to position it. And then we rotate it over we want it, and then we left click again. And then we simply move the door in place, holding it from the center. We're gonna repeat the same procedure. A lot of it, things that are done in building joint is repetitive. So once you get the hang of it, first time of asking, you can go ahead and do the rest. So that's how you put in a door or how you put in a window. So we draw the line. Then we're gonna move it 150. Then we're gonna offset it. $1,000. PR enter twice. And we're gonna trim off the lower line. So once again, this upper line shows that there's a change in floor level. So select our door again. It's already on 1,000. So we just right click, left click, move our cursor in the direction that we want the door to be positioned. Left click again. And then we move the door, holding it from the center of the door jamb.
You want this one where they're putting on your side?
You mean this line here?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, 150 cm. All right, so we're going to do the same thing for the bedrooms, but we're going to move the line 150, but the size of a bedroom doors are 950. Move this 150. Set 950. And then we trim out both lines. Change that to 950. Right click. And then we click on the door and you press the arrow on the left to change the swing direction. Place our door in place, and then we said we can simply mirror the door. And we said that for the bathroom door, it was 800. Based on the photo, bathroom door seems to be closer to the wall. So instead of moving this 150, we can move it 50. As well as you can place the bathroom door directly up against the wall. Either one will be accepted. Offsetting this 800. All right, so I want to change the swing direction, press the arrow. And move the door in place. Remove both lines. And now we have all our windows and our doors in place. And then we're gonna label our rooms. We're gonna give each room a name. Key. Perfect. All right, so go to annotate, single line, click once. It says specify paper height, punch in 0.03. Rotation angle is on 0. Press enter. And then we're gonna type in bedroom 1. We're gonna leave like bedroom 1. Click anywhere on the join space and then press enter. Oh, I just remember that the 0.03 is for scale 1 to 1 when we're doing 3D joints. So we're gonna have to use a different text set for building joint. So we're gonna change that to text height to 3. Paper text height, change that to 3. So once you have labeled one room, you can simply copy the text, turn off your author mode, paste it at all the relevant areas, and then you're gonna double click on the text to edit. Let's start with the bathroom. Double click. And as we should remember by now, all the text should be in all caps. Kitchen, dining, we have one for living as well. Porch, Also, we have a step at the back door where the kitchen is. So the step is going to be in the Y direction, it's going to be 1 foot, which is 300. And in the X direction, it's going to be 1,000. And there's 2 steps, so we can simply copy this and paste it on top of itself. Pull it from the base, paste it at the top. All right, so time to take a trip to Ports. Gonna purchase some fixtures to furnish out your house. But to do that, you're going to go into trainees are using architecture 2023 or 4. So it's different from the 2018. You're gonna type in design center. I'm not sure what the short code is for AutoCAD 2024. All right, so for my own, I have to go in there manually. Design center. And you're gonna see dialog box come up. And you want to all right, so you have global, imperial, and metric. You want to press the plus sign beside metric. You have construction, design, documentation, dynamic block. You're gonna press the plus sign beside design, or you can double click design on your right, either one. Now design opens up and it gives you a host of different options. All right, so let's start from the top. Appliances is at the top. We have kitchen, washroom. Do not have a washroom on this specific plan. So go to the kitchen. All right, so we click on each item to see the preview as to what it looks like. All right, not liking the blocks in this one. So let's skip on bathroom. All right, basin. So you can select the one that is desirable to you. Bathroom is a bit small, so I'm gonna use the oval one. So once you find the one that you want to use, you double click on it. And as you can see, The block item comes up on my cursor. Here it is. And you simply click for it to paste. Then you press escape. Let's pull out the bathtub. Double click bath. My own only has one option for the bathtub. So double click it. Click for it to paste. Press escape. What else do we need? Need a toilet. So we double click. Check out the different designs. Shop around. All right. Double click. Click for it to paste. And as I said in a previous class, the blocks that we use from AutoCAD, they have a layer for themselves. So you don't necessarily need to make a layer for the fixtures. And let's pause a bit and just fit these in. All right, so turn off your auto mode. Let's see if this bathtub can fit vertically. Let's rotate it. Set rotate command. If you want to rotate your blocks trainees, you can click the rotate symbol up here, right beside move, or you can type the word rotate. Turn back on my auto mode. And let's see now if this thing can fit. Wonderful. We'll just draw a line here at the end. And at the end of your bathtub, sometimes if the bathtub is a bit shorter than the width or the length of the bathroom, they usually just put a little concrete structure at the back and tile it over. Everybody familiar with that, right? You can rest a soap on it and your shampoo, etc. Is the people in his bathroom again? Is a standing shower? Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so drop in the face basin. And as you said, drafting is not only about aesthetics, it's also about problem solving. So even with the positioning of your bathroom fixtures, you want to position them in such a way that you use as little resources as possible. So for example, when you're running your pipes, you want to align your face basin with your bathtub. So for the drainage pipe, just run one pipe from the face basin to the bathtub. So you can put the face basin somewhere here. So the drainage pipe will just run from here, connect to the bathtub, and then go outside. As opposed to if you had put the face basin up this side, you'd have to run a longer length of pipe to go from the face basin to the bathtub. All right, so bathroom is complete. Fixtures, the movable fixtures such as your bed and your settee, stuff like those are not a necessity to put on your plan, but it is good practice to put them nonetheless. The things that are necessity are the things that are semi-permanent. For example, your bathtub, toilet, face basin, cupboard. Yes, cupboards, your kitchen, sink, also the fridge and the stove. And even though those are movable furniture, but because of the electrical component, you need to put those as well so that you know where you're gonna put your outlets when you do your electrical plan. All right, so let's just drop a bed in each room. So domestic furniture, bedroom. I said them have chest of drawers, but these are just plan view. So it's only gonna come up as a rectangle. Right, so that's a double bed, single bed. And let's use a double bed. You can just use one bed and then mirror it. Click on the bed, mirror command. Press at the center. Show your author mode is on. Click, enter. That's enough for kitchen, dining and living. So we're gonna put in the Stove. Let's find a stove. All right, so let's find a refrigerator. Yeah. Somebody say, sir. All right, so let's find a kitchen sink. All right, so we have to move away from appliances. All right, kitchen fittings. All right, I like to use a double sink. Can use a double sink that has the drain board attached. Anything that you're compatible with. All right, so let's insert our sink, rotate. Not quite sure why there's a key on this fridge, but I said it, bro. Can put the fridge here. So we're gonna enclose the sink, because the sink is gonna be placed inside the counter. So you can use the counter that AutoCAD provides, or you can make the counter from scratch. Go again if? What about beside the window? If the sink has to be beside the window? No, it doesn't have to be, but based on the size of the kitchen, I think this would be the most appropriate orientation for the sink. Yeah. Question 3 is the sink in your kitchen, they're right in front of the window. My sink in front of the window still. Or you want to know if it's a general thing where it has to be? No, it doesn't have to be, but people just do it common practice. No. Maybe just want to pull the window and show it something. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and then again, probably the natural light and the ventilation, good for that section. When you wash your dishes, them you want them probably dry. I don't, but that seems to be the case in many cases. All right, so I generally prefer to just draw my sink, because the ones that come in AutoCAD, they usually come in segments. Here it is, bro. Yeah, I know, yes. Yeah, man, maybe a class. 8:30. Then I'm fucking. And I tell me, I think that I'm saying, why do you know about this thing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, do it this evening when I'm coming out. Tonight I'm coming out. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I really no one said me class. Yeah, man. Jangan disappear. This. Remember we had said, we had increased the size of the bathroom. They're watching this one, right? So we have to remove. We have to go. Mhm. So come like this. Okay, the same time. Combine the noise. Suppose it is center in the we have this something to ensure that find my turn and set for insertion. This one and nears. Same time. So I will use some support position. Right. So what you do, because everything it is with how you do it. Beyond part with basically everyone. Because Sini? I'm still go back to that. That's what I feel. Alright, so you see you're not seeing the bottom four. Alright, so for the bottom, we go to alright, so go to bathroom. Alright, one at a time there. Alright, so for the bottom, alright, so we're going bathroom, we have basin, and we have bath. You're not seeing it on yours? All right, so let's see if we can finish up with the fixtures. All right, so I said I'm gonna draw my counter. Now this is where you can turn on the nearest object snap when you just want to find the nearest point, any random point. All right, want the counter to be 2 feet at 600. Can carry it to the end of the wall and then we offset. Or we can just pick a random point, pick 2 feet, 600. And let me use another counter them to get provides. Let's see. Kitchen fittings. This counter too long. Let me just make the counter. 600. All right, so dining and living furniture. So it's kitchen, bathroom, domestic furniture, bedroom, garden, leisure, and sofa, dynamic clock, furnishings, bathroom. All right, so get some tables for the dining area. So on the look bad.
Se es negative, que tinha aparência do suelo, por exemplo, eu tenho uma aparência. They're the right place, sir, the design center. Now,
All right, let me come around you. Once we're finished, putting in all the pictures on the dimension. Of the All right, so let's see if we can find a sofa. Let me see if I can build a relation. Oh, here it is, sofa. Just find the one from the last. Oh, yes, domestic furniture, sofas. Right, we have a TV from here. My own only have a whole time TV. All right, so that's it for our house. Fully furnished. Just want a tenant, you know. All right, so now we are going to dimension our floor plan. And the dimensioning tends to give some problems because some of it is trial and error in terms of setting up the text height and the thick size and the length of the line and primary unit, secondary unit. So we are ready now to dimension. So now we're going to go to annotate. The section that says dimension. We are going to click the first one on the list that says dimension linear. 2 white vertical lines, the blue horizontal line in the middle. So, as we had said before, the first that you would have done from the traditional method, the first level of dimension is our, anybody remembers? Nobody? All right, so when we're dimensioning our floor plan, we have 3 levels of dimensions. So the first, I want to know what is the first level of dimension. What does that measure? Not quite. Alright, just try back in your mind, Shady. Remember when you're reading the floor plan and you had to that is the second text. Go again? Yes, there we have it. So the first step is our openings, which are our windows, doors, and arches. Alright, that's the first level of dimension. And then the second level of dimension, as Wright would have said, is your wall thickness and your room size. And then the final level of dimension is our, anybody? Yes, the overall length and the overall width of your building. So now, let us work on the first level. So I'm going to start on the right side, seeing that this is the simplest side of the house. So, once again, let's start over. Go to annotate. Go over to the section that says dimensions. And we're looking for dimension linear. This icon here. Click. And we're going to be starting from the corner, the upper right corner of our floor plan where the kitchen is. And we're going down to the first point of our window. And that's one of the reasons why we have to draw the line at the beginning and the end of the window for dimensioning purposes. So once you click, You can also set the distance away from the joint that you want your annotation, your dimension to be. So you can put let's try 750. All right, 750 seems a bit close. Let's try 1,200. Click. Move your cursor out, punch in 1,200, press enter. Question, Shane, is does your dimensions look like mine? Wait. All right, no problem. Yours are in feet and inches. I want to. All right, so other than the fact that some of you, your dimensions are in feet and inches, is the text size big enough? All right, so that means that somebody wants small. What about the architectural ticks? Are those visible? All right. All right, so what you're going to do, you're going to click on your dimension. And in the section that says dimension, up the top, take a note of what dimension style you are using. My own is annotative. Here it is. You're going to look right here to tell you what style you're using. You're going to press the drop down arrow. And you're going to go all the way down to manage dimension styles at the base of your dialog box. Click. Another dialog box comes up. You're going to, whatever dimension style you are in, ensure that you select it on the left hand side. So mine is annotative, so I select annotative. If yours is tiers or standard or annotative UK, whatever it is, you select it on the left hand side. Now we move to modify. Here on the right, third option from the top. So we have different sections. We have lines, symbols, and arrows, text, fit, primary units, alternate units, and tolerance. Fit and tolerance, we usually don't do anything in those sections for building join at least. So let's go into lines. All right, so is everybody on this dialog box, by the way? Are some people still up? Because I want all of us to. So where we have extend beyond dimension lines, what figure do you have there, trainees? You have 1.5 for yours? All right. All right, if it is not showing on yours, change that to a larger number. Try about 5. And you come around 5. The thing with it, some persons dimensions are set differently. So I would say each will only get interest from and it's what it's from one. Alright, so I think you're the dimension, but there's a specific way how the dimensions are done. So pay attention closely.
This is inner.
Yeah. Alright, so let me fix up my own quickly. 0.4. My R size was good. X size was good as well. All right, so follow this now, trainees. Let me put my dimensions. Make a layer for your dimensions, trainees. So pause the work. Type LA, enter. That's a short code, or you want to type out the whole word, anything. And I'm gonna make a layer for your dimensions. This is gonna be very important. So you can turn it off and turn it on when you're ready. All right, so press. My thing I give little problems. So I'm gonna name our layer A dims, A hyphen dims. I'll put mine in yellow. All right, so find A dims. So now, I think I can make my text height a bit smaller. Let me make my text height a bit smaller. All right, so once you have dimensioned one piece, this piece here, from the edge of the wall to the first point of your window, go back in dimension, and you're gonna select the icon to the right of dimension linear. It says dim continue. Right, 3 white lines with 2 double-sided arrows in between them. Click, and this allows you to continuously dimension your drawing. So now you're gonna click the other side of the window, move down, click that first point of the window, second point of the window, end of the wall, because this orange line is an opening. So beginning of the opening, end of the opening, and then the column. So that is how this side of your building is supposed to be dimensioned. So take a look at that and do yours to match that. So after you do the first piece, which is the wall in front, the first piece of wall there beside the kitchen window, you simply use dim continue and you click all the relevant points coming down. So you should have 4'9", 5 feet, 8'6", 5 feet again, 4'9", 4'9", 1 foot. So when it comes down to dimensions, you want the dimensions to be as neat as possible. Oh, you have to do this. So this one to do.
Sir, repeat the dimensions, sir.
Go again.
Dimensions.
Get them.
And numbering.
Everybody meet them. So,
It's not all there.
Yes.
Cuando va a I read stuff.
Yeah, so. All right. So, let's do the second level dimension. The first level, second level dimension. Second level of dimension. Select dimension linear again. And we said that the second level is the wall thickness and the room size. So we're gonna pick the uppermost right corner of your building. And you're gonna pick the inside corner because you want to dimension the thickness of the wall. Let me change my layer to dims before I continue. A dims, annotate, dimension linear. So pick wall thickness. And when you pull your cursor out, punch in 1,200. No, that was for the first one, punch in 2,400. So we can do this to make our dimensions be equal spacing apart. Right? So the aim of the game is to make your dimensions as neat as possible. So, dim continue. And we simply click only the walls. Here, 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 and here. So we only have 3 wall thicknesses to do. So the wall thickness at the back, where the kitchen is, wall thickness at the, that separates the living from the porch, and the wall thickness for the porch, or porch. So that's what the second level should look like. Alright, so we look at the third. Alright, so for the third level now, third level potential is your overall dimension. So just from one end to the next. So pick this point, I'm going all the way down to the end of the column, which is here. That's one. All right, so we can do 3,600. That's how that section should look. That's how the right side should look. Now let's do the back. Dimension, linear. Click from the corner to the first point of the window. Punch in 1,200. Dim continue. So we are clicking the openings, window, door, door, window, window. I will look again. There's no openings over this side, so we're actually going to end it here on the bathroom. We're going to end it on the bathroom. So we'll press escape. So second level of dimensions now. Wall thickness, 2,400. Dim continue. First point of wall, second point of wall. First point, second point. First point, second point. So that's how that should look. And then now your overall dimension. Six hundred. No, me I try to make it equal space with the other one, but because this point is so low, I may have to go. And then move it up 3,600. All right, let me delete this and do it the proper way. Let me delete it and do it the proper way. Dimension, linear. Oh. Here we go. All right, so that's how that side should look. So for the recording purposes, let me just dimension the other two sides. So you have this to watch when you go home. Beam linear. Start from this edge. At first point is the window here. $1,200. Beam continue. Here, because the opening starts right there. End of the opening. Column. Second level of dimensions. Wall thickness, room size. Right, then continue. First point of wall, second point of wall. First point of wall. Second point of wall. Right, overall dimension. Let's do this right. Start it from there. Yeah. Edit this. The number.
I edit it to make it larger.
Make it larger. All right, so look on the screen. Dimension. Drop down arrow. Manage dimension style. Make sure you select this current style that you're working in on the left. Modify. And then you're gonna change the text height. So go into text, this part is the text. And you change the text height. Make that number larger. So what means beam continue.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna be uploading the recording so you can watch it and use it as a guide as how to dimension your building. There's a few more dimensions there to put it, but we'll finish those next class. So as you can see, shading the dimensions are a perfect square when I run the view. Right? Perfect. Alright, so they were posted in the group. Let me just go through them quickly. Alright, so for the assessment. Alright, so the topics are site safety, PPE, hazards, MSDS. Yeah, that's it for class. Yeah.